This hippo's neck is covered in feeding ticks. Some are still flat. Others have swollen into gray-brown beads above the skin. Red irritation spreads around the ears, shoulders, belly, and tail base. The hippo flicks its ears, ripples its skin, and drags one side of its body through wet mud. Nothing removes the deepest parasites. Then, a small red-billed oxpecker arrives. It lands between the tick colonies and begins testing them one by one. Most are easy. But one swollen parasite is locked so deeply into the neck that the first pull does nothing. Morning light settles across an African river. Reeds line the muddy banks. Mist rises from the warmer water. And close to the edge stands one of the heaviest animals in the landscape, an adult hippopotamus. Its body is broad and powerful. Its legs are short but strong. Its head can move through mud, reeds, and shallow water with enormous force. Yet across the surface of this giant body, something much smaller has taken hold. Hard ticks gather in the places least exposed to friction. Behind the ears, along the lower neck, across the shoulders, between folds near the front legs, under the belly, around the base of the tail. Some are barely larger than dark grains against the skin. Others have remained attached long enough to swell. Their oval bodies rise above the surface. Their short legs remain close to the front. Their mouth parts are buried beneath the skin. One parasite is easy to overlook. Hundreds can turn the entire body into a source of constant irritation. The hippo reacts in the only ways available to it. Its ears twitch repeatedly. A wave passes through the skin along the shoulder. The tail swings sharply across the rear of the body. Then the animal presses one side of its neck against the muddy bank. It leans harder. Wet earth smears across the red, irritated skin. Several loose insects disappear into the mud. Some surface debris breaks away. But the attached ticks remain. The hippo lowers one shoulder. Its weight presses into the soft ground. For a moment, mud covers part of the neck and side. Then the animal rolls back upright. The deepest parasites are still holding. Ahead, the river offers another kind of relief. The hippo enters slowly. Water rises over the legs, then the belly, then the lower shoulders. Its weight seems to disappear beneath the surface. The water cools the skin. Mud loosens. Small insects may be washed away. But hard ticks do not simply float off. Their mouth parts remain locked in place. When the hippo rises higher near the bank, the same colonies remain visible around the ears, neck, and tail base. The irritation has not gone anywhere. A movement in the reeds changes the scene. A red-billed oxpecker approaches from the bank. The bird is tiny beside the hippo. Its body is brown. Its underside is lighter. A yellow ring surrounds the eye. Its bill is bright red. The oxpecker lands on the upper shoulder, where the skin is still exposed above the water. The hippo ripples its skin once. The bird opens its wings briefly to keep its balance. Then it begins to walk. To the bird, the hippo is not simply an animal. It is a moving surface filled with feeding opportunities. The oxpecker checks a muddy crease. Nothing. It moves toward the neck. A small tick disappears with one quick peck. Another follows. The bird swallows each one immediately. These smaller parasites offer little resistance, but not every meal can be taken so easily. The oxpecker steps closer to the lower neck. Inside a red fold of irritated skin, one engorged tick sits partly hidden. Its swollen gray-brown body is larger than the others around it. The bird stops, tilts its head, then lowers its bill. The tips close around the parasite. The oxpecker pulls. Nothing happens. The tick remains fixed. The hippo's skin ripples beneath the bird. The oxpecker releases its grip and steps onto a neighboring ridge. For several seconds, it waits. The skin settles. The bird returns from a lower angle. One foot presses against the thick fold. The other braces farther back. The bill closes again. A second pull shifts the tick slightly, but the attachment still holds. The oxpecker changes position once more. This time, its body leans backward. The parasite begins to lift. The skin tightens around the attachment point. Then one final controlled tug brings the tick free. The bird swallows it almost immediately. Only one parasite has disappeared. Around it, dozens remain. But the successful movement has been noticed. A second oxpecker lands near the base of the ear. A third settles on the upper back. Another approaches the tail root. The birds do not form an organized team. Each begins searching a separate part of the body. One bird tests the small ticks behind the ear. Another walks through the shoulder folds. The third searches along the back. The hippo may tolerate their movement because it is less irritating than the parasites themselves. But there is no agreement, no gratitude, no deliberate service, only a temporary overlap between hunger and discomfort. The hippo begins moving toward deeper water. Two birds remain on the exposed upper back. As the waterline rises, they step higher. The belly disappears. Then the shoulders. Only the eyes, ears, nostrils, and upper back remain above the surface. The birds hold their positions for a few more seconds. Then the hippo sinks lower. Both oxpeckers lift away. They land on the muddy bank and wait. When the hippo rises again, one bird returns to the shoulder. Another lands near the neck. The feeding opportunity has not ended. Only the position has changed. By late afternoon, sunlight turns the river gold. The hippo stands half submerged near the reeds. Two oxpeckers remain on its back. One small region near the neck now carries fewer ticks. The area behind one ear is slightly clearer, but the belly folds remain heavily infested. So does the tail base. Red irritation still marks the skin. The hippo flicks one ear. A bird lowers its head and begins searching again. The birds may remove some of the burden, but on a body this large, the hidden parasites are never all gone.